Up next on 5 on Your Side at noon, fire on the Del Mar Loop. We are live with the latest on the investigation and how the damaged businesses plan to move forward. A major update to an iconic music venue. What to expect after upgrades to Powell Symphony Hall. And flooding concerns to our north. The Mississippi continues to rise, threatening homes and businesses all along the river. But should we be concerned around St. Louis? The news at noon is ahead.
Smokey Robinson.
He's going to be here.
Oh my God.
How much fun is that?
Have a
Today
great
was
day.
great. Tomorrow will be great too. Bye.
Tomorrow on Today.
You know what you do? You get stuff done.
Priyanka Chopra Jonas on balancing motherhood, new projects, and a big reveal you'll only see here. Tomorrow on Today.
Home is the American dream, a great place to raise your kids, a stress-free oasis with curb appeal that never fails to impress. If your home is crying for attention, call on Mosby Building Arts for new doors, windows, siding, and outdoor living spaces, so you can sit back and enjoy your American dream. Mosby Building Arts. Home never felt so good.
Hey kids, it's time for Sign and Drive at Glendale.
That means you can get a new Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $399 per month.
Yeah, with no money down, no first payment.
No money due at signing and zero security deposit. Wait.
Or a new Jeep Wrangler for only $399 per month.
No money due at signing and zero security deposit.
With no money down, no first payment.
That's a whole lot of something for a whole lot of nothing.
It's a Jeep celebration event. Glendale Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, just a mile east of Lindbergh on Manchester, and goodcars.com.
Extend your living area into the backyard with motorized power screens from Patriot. Motorized power screens for your porch or patio will allow you to close them for more privacy and protection from the sun, rain, and insects. Or open them with your remote or your smartphone and enjoy a nice breeze and the view of your landscape. Call Patriot Sunrooms today for a free consultation and our free installation. That's Patriot Sunrooms.
This is 5 on Your Side at noon. Focused on you.
We are following a developing story as we go on the air at noon. A major fire damaged several businesses in the Del Mar Loop, including a popular restaurant. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn. Flames could be seen coming out of the roof of Three Kings restaurant overnight. 5 on Your Side's Elise Schoenig is live on the loop, and at least it sounds like we should know a little bit more soon.
Yeah, Kay, that's right. We just learned that at 1 o'clock, so just under an hour here, the University City Fire Chief will be giving a press conference right here to tell us hopefully a lot more, to answer some questions. But let's go ahead and look at where we're at now. You can see, I mean, it's 12 o'clock right now. This fire started at 3. There are crews still out here on the ground, in the air. When we got here, they were still actively spraying on top of Three Kings restaurant right here. So you can see there's still a lot of work to be done. It definitely still has that smoke smell. When we drove up here, we could still see clouds of smoke. So like I said, a lot more work to be done here. But here's what we do know so far in the meantime. So it was just after 3 a.m. that fire started. It was in the kitchen at Three Kings restaurant. So here's a look at some of that from earlier this morning. And then we know that the fire spread to apartments above the restaurants. Now, crews were able to quickly get to work, and they say everyone inside did get out safely. The fire also, we were told, caused damage to the Iron Age Tattoo and Piercing and Sunshine Daydream. Now, we're going to know a lot more in the next hour here, like I said, because the University City Fire Chief will be here right in that parking lot over there across from the restaurant. So we'll have a lot more of those details. But actually, as of right now, this section of Del Mar Boulevard is closed off because crews are still at work. So we'll also continue to provide updates on this area if folks can come out here, and just again, what else we learn here with the cause of this fire and how these restaurants will move forward from here. But for now, we're reporting live in University City. Elise Schoenig, 5 on Your Side.
All right, thank you, Elise. Also developing today, a man is dead after being shot in a moving pickup truck in South St. Louis. Police say the truck was going in reverse on Chippewa when the shooting happened last night. It hit a fire hydrant, causing doors to be ripped off. The truck then crashed into a vacant home. Police say a man in his late teens was ejected from the truck. He was found nearby with gunshot wounds. He died at the hospital. 3 other teens in the car were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The name of the man who died has not been released. Happening in about 90 minutes, an important hearing in a Clayton courtroom. A judge will hear arguments for and against a lawsuit trying to throw out a Missouri rule that blocks access to certain medical procedures for transgender children and adults. But attorneys for Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey are now asking for that hearing to be moved to federal court. Right now, it's unclear if the federal judge will take the case. The rule is expected to go into effect tomorrow. AG Bailey says it would protect children who he says are being, quote, experimented on. The lawsuit says the rule is unprecedented and extreme. Also today, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers offering new information about the investigation into contamination at Jana Elementary School. It says the building has been deemed safe and there are no radiological concerns. Engineers tested areas inside and outside the school, taking 790 soil samples. Decades ago, uranium used in making atomic bombs leaked into the ground and Coldwater Creek, which runs by Jana. For months, school staff and families worried over conflicting reports of potentially high levels of radioactive waste at the school. Parents are still not convinced.
The Department of Energy, it's long past time to clean up the mess that they made. And for them to not take that level of responsibility, for them to not take that level of care for people and particularly our children, that is beyond frustrating. It's dangerous and it's deadly.
Missouri Senator Josh Hawley is expected to bring his Justice for Jana Elementary Act to the Senate floor today. The bill requires the federal government clean up the school and test the entire district for radioactive contamination. St. Louis Mayor Tashora Jones calling on Missouri Republicans to drop their push to take control of the city's police department. She made the point during her State of the City address last night. Among the other issues she focused on, crime. The mayor mentioned crime or safety 38 times during her speech at St. Louis University. She highlighted long-term investments of federal pandemic funds in designing safer streets, offering down payment assistance, and guaranteed basic income to low-income residents.
Poverty is the parent of crime. When people are deprived of the basic human rights, freedom and justice, and lack of basic necessities, crime takes root in our communities. Stemming the tide of crime is directly related to eradicating poverty.
Republican State Representative Brad Crist says the speech didn't include any statements or signals that might deter crime or deliver more immediate consequences. He says even with a windfall of funding from COVID relief and the RAM settlement, there's no plan to combat crime.
Weather-wise, clouds have really held off again, so mostly sunny to partly sunny right now. Eventually, we do cloud up later today and into tonight, and then the rain chances ramp up as we get into tomorrow. But look at that, spring, who doesn't love it? All the flowers out at Kirkwood Farmers Market. And looking downtown through St. Louis, we had a cold front move through last night. It is now down around the Arkansas-Missouri border. And those overnight lows, most of us in the 40s, but we did have a couple of spots in the upper 30s this morning outside of St. Louis. 59 right now, so a little bit cooler than it was this time yesterday, and a nice variable wind. And those current temperatures look like this, mainly in the 40s and 50s. In fact, 50s and 60s, low 60s already in DeSoto. There is that cold front. We'll talk about that new system coming our way, and it arrives as we get into tomorrow late morning and into the afternoon. Good chances of rain. I'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Jim. President Biden's decision to run for re-election sets up a potential rematch against the current Republican frontrunner, former President Donald Trump. It's just the beginning of the 2024 campaign season as the field of candidates is expected to grow. Just hours ago, former Republican Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson announced his campaign. NBC's Bree Jackson reports.
Fresh off his re-election campaign announcement, President Biden made his case to union members.
Under my predecessor, Infrastructure Week became a punchline. On my watch, infrastructure has become a decade headline. A decade.
The president was met with chants of 4 more years.
4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years!
But former President Trump, his top Republican opponent so far, says sending Biden back to the White House would be a major mistake.
With such a calamitous and failed presidency, it is almost inconceivable that Biden would even think of running for re-election.
The Republican field of candidates is expected to expand in the coming months as the GOP unites around defeating Mr. Biden.
This man is a walking disaster right now.
Despite concerns about his age, President Biden has so far avoided a high-profile Democratic primary challenger. His allies say he's the party's best bet.
He has the capacity, he has the vision, he has the compassion, and yes, he has the substance.
Some potential voters agree.
I know people are saying that he's too old, but who else is going to be fit for the job?
Others say they are not interested in seeing Biden nor Trump return to the White House.
I think they both are very extreme, and I think we need someone that's kind of in the middle.
Voters could soon see other options.
And others weighing a presidential run include former Vice President Mike Pence, U.S. Senator Tim Scott, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. They're expected to make a final decision in the coming months. In Washington, Bree Jackson, back to you.
Still ahead, Powell Hall getting a facelift, what you'll notice right away when it's done. And concerns about some sleeping gummies, why health officials are worried about the amount of melatonin being added.